Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity Bay Area, Houston. We are so glad that you're here with us. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and let us know who you are in the comments. Tell us where you are in the world. We would love to know so we can send love to you. We're going to begin this service. It's the first Sunday in June, and we're going to do Breath of God.
1, 2, 3.
So put your coffee down, get up off the couch, and dance around in your living room in your pajamas, and know that I wish I was doing the same. Breathe on me, breath of God, fill me with life anew, that I may love the way you love and do what you would do. Breathe on me, breath of God, until my heart is pure, until my will is one with yours, to do and to adore. Breathe on me, breath of God, till I am wholly thine, until this earthly part of me glows with your heavenly fire. Breathe on me, breath of God, fill me with life anew, that I may love the way you love and do what you would do, that I may love the way you love and do what you could do. Good morning, everybody. This is the portion of the show we say good morning. You are appreciated and you are loved. Turn to the beloved one, the one you're loving and the one you're with, your puppies, your teddy bears. Give them a big squeeze and know that that love is from us. We're so happy that you're here. This is a time to go ahead and give us lots of loves, lots of likes, lots of care. We're happy y'all are here with us. We're going to have a fabulous service for you today.
Good morning. Love that breath of God, breath of fire. Oh, yeah, we are filled with that this June, aren't we? Coming into this new month and feeling these eclipse energies and awakening even more of our world together in amazing ways and changing the tide of our lives and our consciousness. And so what I would love to invite us into is a moment when we are experiencing together the power of this first unity principle that we affirm every Sunday. So join me, please, in sharing this affirmation. There is one presence and one power in the universe and in me, God, the good omnipotence. And yes, it is. And at Unity, we are founded upon the principle of prayer. And prayer is such an important part right now in our world and the dynamics that we're in, to hold one another and to hold you as you go through various experiences. So you may reach us in a number of ways to pray with you. You can email us at pray@ubah@gmail.com, and you'll get a response back to that prayer request. Or you may call our prayer line, 903-484-4841, and one of our prayer chaplains will call you back and do a prayer with you. And to know that we'll put you immediately on our prayer list and be in prayer with you, because our prayer team holds our prayers for 30 days, the requests that come here, and then we send them forth to Unity, to Silent Unity, where they go in and are held in 30 days for 24-hour prayers, 7 days a week. And we are so grateful for all of our many prayer chaplains. As you can see up here, we have a wonderful group led by Reverend Curtis Cesarato, and we're grateful for her leadership and for the prayer chaplains and all that they're bringing in that consciousness. So thank you to them. Grateful for that. And now, let's do that very thing. Let's go into prayer together. If you'll join me in turning within and finding that sacred space within the quiet of your own being. Oh, let's breathe together. Yes. We let it out and we invite the spirit of life and the spirit of love and the spirit of truth to breathe us. That one presence and that one power to be the very place in us where we feel and know that we are one with this infinite source, this creative energy, this life and this light. We set aside all thoughts. We set aside all feelings right now and just open to the inflow and the outflow, the ease and the grace and the love of the Creator for its creation. And we are one with that flow of infinite love. Just feel that presence right here. Begin to anchor yourself into your body temple, into the awareness that I am here. I am here right now. No place else for me to be, no thoughts that take me elsewhere. I call all of myself into this moment of prayer, into this consciousness of oneness. And from this sacred space, we feel the power of that grace moving through us. We feel the power of the peace and harmony gentling us, easing away the stress and the tension, and opening us to the spirit of truth and the spirit of life and the spirit of love. And we say, thank you. Thank you, sweet spirit. Thank you, beloved oneness. Thank you, loving presence. We feel and know you, and as we embody this truth, we become a presence for others to relax and gentle themselves into that remembrance. We say, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. And yes. So it is. And I've chosen to go ahead and do our announcements today and platform for myself because I want to weave in some of the things that we're working with this day. This is such a powerful and potent time in our world, and we are at a changing of the tides season. This is truly a time that we get to embrace all the different experiences that are happening in the world and start to bring a divine consciousness to light in the midst of them. And I will tell you that all of Unity is on board with this. And you're going to see some of that today as we reflect on how we also are changing the tides. And here's a message from the CEO of Unity headquarters up at Unity Village, Jim Blake.
Greetings to all of you. I'm Jim Blake, and I serve as the CEO for Unity World Headquarters at Unity Village. We find ourselves in the midst of seeming chaos everywhere we look. While in the throes of the largest pandemic in a century, we are now seeing unprecedented nationwide unrest. These are not small issues we are trying to navigate. We are taking on the safety, health, and well-being of our families, friends, and loved ones, while at the same time exposing and overturning centuries of bias, privilege, and racism that has long been screaming to be acknowledged and addressed. We need profound change that preserves and protects the human rights of every individual in this country. It's a lot to process, individually or collectively. In the midst of so much divisiveness at every turn, it can be easy to become overwhelmed. There is tremendous pain, suffering, injustice that must be accounted for. My message today is to tell you that wherever you are in the midst of this, we see you, we feel you, we hear you. We are listening so that we may understand deeply what troubles you and how unity can be a source of comfort, education, and inspiration as we walk together and forge a new path forward, ushering in the great change that is so desperately needed right now. Our commitment and calling at Unity to help and serve has never been more steadfast or strong. And though we may not have all of the answers, we are working as hard as we can to provide a platform for the voices of change to be heard, to create a safe container that is steeped in spiritual principle so that we may together listen deeply, grieve, pray, connect with empathy, have dialogue, share information, and lift the consciousness and the conversation. May our prayers and our dialogue be transformed into spiritual right action that will create long-lasting and meaningful change. This is our commitment to you. We stand with you in unity.
Well, I hear in the midst here, we all really understand the power of this time and how potent
Greetings
it
to
is.
all of you.
We like it, but we don't want to hear it again today, this moment. But it's okay. I just think it is so important for us to recognize and honor this time. And I'm so grateful that our Unity family is rising up and each one of us in playing our part in our world right now. We know that it all begins at a spiritual level, at a realization of our oneness, and a willingness to be present with presence for one another and the world. And so I'm really excited to see what our Unity family is doing in the midst of all the changes that are happening. And today, I also want to acknowledge that we're coming up on Father's Day. Hard to believe, since it's been such an odd time for all of us, that Father's Day is June 21st, and we are looking forward to celebrating with all of you. And we want to just say that we will be honoring the marvelous men in our midst, lucky enough to be called Dad, and stay tuned for all of our celebration updates for June 21st, so we'll keep you posted on more. Unity drummers will be celebrating summer solstice out on the labyrinth. We'll be doing an outdoor event with safe social distancing, but also drumming our little hearts out with meditation and a fire and an opportunity to really move some of those energies that we want to move. We know it's a powerful thing to do on the summer solstice, so we look forward to having you join us on Friday, June 20th, 7 p.m. out at the labyrinth and fire pit. We'll look forward to that. We have a continuation of our parenting class, Positive and Practical, offered by our Youth and Family Ministry Director, Wendy Hoggett. She's teaching the methods of the Time In Toolkit, and it's created by the Generation Mindful creator, Suzanne Tucker. And then it's also including Peaceful Parenting by Dr. Laura Markham. So when you really open up and evolve with your children, growing up can be a whole different experience. It can be fun. And that's what our hope is. And this is week 5 of her Wednesday nights. And that's happening this Wednesday, June 10th at 7 p.m. Contact Wendy at ubahyouth@gmail.com. And she can get you the Zoom link. So come and join in on that. This is your last chance to join this week our Metaphysics 1 class, which started last week. It's every Tuesday night, June 2nd through the 30th, and I'll be helping guide that, and you can email me if you'd like to be involved in that class. We have quite a group from around the country, and it's really a powerful course of us really learning dynamically together these principles of unity and understanding them at a much deeper level. But they're not just unity principles. They are universal spiritual principles, and these will apply in very practical ways into your life. So if you want to join me, email me at itskyra, ITSKYRA, @gmail.com, and I'll send you a Zoom link. And look forward to that. Love offerings for all of our events at Unity Bay Area Houston can be made online on our website at www.unityofbayarea.org, or you can text GIVE to 281-595-1648. So thank you, and let's join together and affirm our church's vision, mission, and core values together. Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of a shared spiritual awakening. Our mission is to inspire minds, awaken hearts, and empower lives through the teachings of Jesus Christ and other expressions of universal truth. In all that we are and all that we live, we value unconditional love, connection, authenticity, inclusivity, trust, and compassion. We are living relevant spirituality now, and it's never been more important.
Go ahead, put your coffee down. Go ahead and stand up, pajamas and everything, off the couch. Deb Tyrell, I'm talking to you. And we're going to sing Holy, Holy Way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy
holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me know that love will heal us all.
Let me know that love will heal us all.
Oh, let me know that love will heal us all.
Let me know that love will heal us all.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, that just delights my soul. Thank you to Ellen Rogers, Patty Rabaza, and Keith Vivens, our incredible music team. That is a Ricky Byers Beckwith song, and I had the privilege in, I believe it was 2009, to sing that with her and the Agape Choir at the Parliament of World Religions in Australia. So that song has special significance for me and lights my soul up. So I hope it lights your soul up as well. And we do want to acknowledge and honor our AV and live stream team and their dedication back here. We've got Mark Kirby, Bruce Landry, Carol Curtis, Ronnie Kennedy, Emmy Grableski, Ann Kaywood. They switch out as to who's doing the visuals, and the live stream is Brent Allen, and it's Jackie Lawson or Carol Curtis. Today it's Carol Curtis. So we're grateful for our teams that have dedicated themselves to up-leveling what we are offering out into the world, and we're really, really grateful for you all, because this is such an important connection for us, and we want to acknowledge that. To all of you, whether you're in Facebook land or YouTube land or whenever you might watch our Sunday celebration service. And so this is a time we welcome our guests, and we want you to know that wherever you are, we want to welcome you here today. And if you're a guest, let us know, press a like, tell us where you're from. And we have a guest here in our house today that stopped in from, we moved to Kima from Unity up in Houston, and we're so glad to have you here, Dee Dee, and want to welcome. So we want everyone to feel the power of the blessing that we're giving to you everywhere you are. So together, let's share our welcoming blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Yes, we do. Thank you, God. And today, Mary Helen Merzbacher will share our daily word. I love it when the word is joy. So
This is your word. This is going to be everybody's word today. We really need this right now, don't we, y'all? Greetings, everybody, my friends, and everyone I love out there and in here. Our word today is joy. Our affirmation, joy is my constant companion. I discover reasons to feel joyful every day, even in the most challenging circumstances. I begin by centering my awareness on the Christ, the divine presence within. I feel love and peace lift my heart, and possibilities for good fill my thoughts. I am joyous. I may experience joy as exuberance, delight, and wonder. Joy may also come quietly as the peaceful assurance of God's presence wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. My awareness of joy brings a glow to even the most ordinary day. Are there any? As I engage wholeheartedly in all that is mine to do today, I share my joy with everyone through kind words, a sunny smile, and a warm welcome to everyone I meet. I radiate joy and bless the world with my positivity, happiness, and bliss. They challenged me to say bliss. We're moving to bliss this morning. And from Psalm 118, verse 24, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Now, please join me in our community affirmation. We are grateful for our healthy, conscious spiritual community, caring for one another and the world through shared leadership and love.
Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit.
I invite you, if you've not already done so, to begin to, wherever you are, just gently relax into your seat, to close your eyes and open to the infilling of Spirit right here, to turn into that sacred place within where you quiet the noise of the world and you quiet the noise of the mind, and begin to just move into that inner space and travel into the heart to experience your own heartbeat, the heartbeat of the universe that is moving through you, gentling and easing away your tensions and stress. Begin to feel an inpouring of Spirit's presence, or an uplifting of it, that every being of the universe is supporting you right now. Every expression of light and love is alive in this moment within you, experiencing yourself as an infinite, divine presence of light. You begin to soften your eyes and your jaw, the back of your tongue, your neck, your shoulders, if you need to lift them and let them go. Shake out your hands or your body. Just release that stress of this very powerful, transformative week. And know that you can be called right here and right now into a soft, easy energy of awareness, of freedom, inner freedom. Go into that inner sanctuary or the upper room of awareness where you experience the wonder of this moment of freedom, this moment of awareness. There's nothing you must think of or do. You just let go and allow. Allow this divine presence to immerse you completely. That you become an embodiment of light, an embodiment of love, an embodiment of peace. We turn into the silence in our sacred inner sanctuary. In whatever way you turn to the sacred, to those voices that would speak to and through each of you. Hear their voices saying, be at peace. Be peace. Right now. Be peace. Allow the harmonies of the universe to vibrate through you. We are grateful. We are all grateful for the moments that we can remember the truth of who we are and live from a higher resonance, a higher octave. And so as we bring our awareness here, we lightly touch down into our physical awareness again and open our eyes fully aligned with spirit and the light of truth as we speak these words of an Aramaic translation of our Lord's Prayer together. Beloved oneness, breathing life of all, holy is our essence. Create your reign of unity now. Your one desire acts with ours and vibrates light to form. Fulfill this day all need for bread and insight. Forgiveness releases us and we remember wholeness. We are free from inner and outer deception and walk your path with joy. You are the power of these truths and unite my words, thoughts, feelings, and actions through this prayer. In gratitude, my heart knows it is so. Amen and yes, and so it is.
Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Yes, everyone will change. Nothing goes the same. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. 'Cause that's the way of time. Yes, everything must change. There are not many things in life you can be sure of. Rain comes from the clouds and sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Winter turns to spring. A wounded heart will heal, but never much too soon. Yes, everything must change. The young become the old, and mysteries do unfold. 'Cause that's the way of time. Yes, everyone must change. There are not many things in life you can be sure of, except rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and hummingbirds do fly. Rain comes from the clouds, sun lights up the sky, and music makes me cry.
Makes me cry. Thank you, Keith Vivens and Patty Rabaza. That was beautiful. Well, today I chose the topic changing the tide because we are in the midst of a tide change, and we have a part to play, a responsibility, in fact, to be part of changing the tide. If we look to those that we look to in our own world as to who are our guides and our leaders. Now, we, of course, look to our way shower and master teacher, Christ. And we say, wow, talk about changing the tide. He was a wonderful example of that, breaking through the boundaries and the limitations and the beliefs that people held as sacred cows in their time, and the places where they carried separation consciousness. And we, too, are here changing the tide of our time. We are the ones on the front lines. All of you watching this are those who are a part of absolutely transforming our world. We've called it in. We've prayed for it. We've been ready for this for so long. And no, it doesn't look like what we thought. And no, it's not an easy process. And it's one that I guess disrupts all of the systems of the world that are here, because they must, in order to have the changing of the tide, to truly create a new world in our time. Jesus didn't come and complacently give a nice little message. He walked the road of the Samaritans, which was unheard of in his time. And everybody said it's too dangerous and you don't go there. Those are different people. You know, and he said, I'm here, and I'm walking this road. And in fact, I'm going to teach you how to take care of your brothers and sisters in ways that nobody understood. He's taught the story of the Samaritan that took care of the man that was hijacked on the road. See, he was constantly disrupting the status quo. He was radical in his love. It was a radical love that is the changing of the tide. And it takes a radical love from us right now that disrupts even our own internal beliefs and where we've been complacent. This is no longer a time for complacency. It is a time for us to be aligned with a higher truth and begin to express it, to be it, to live it, to embody it in everything that we're up to in this world. And that begins with an inner transformation. We are changing the tide of our own inner consciousness first and foremost, to understand that we are here as a spiritual being infused with the energy and the light and the awareness of the divine. That gift is where we embody and then bring forth a message that reaches ears and hearts differently, that reaches out and has an authenticity to it because it is fueled by a divine awareness of our oneness, a divine remembrance of the Christ in me beholds the Christ in you, bows to and honors the sacredness and the worth of every living creation. See, as we're doing this, these times that look so we get so disrupted. George Floyd's death was one that absolutely was horrific, and it tore us up, but it also tore us open. It revealed the places that needed healed, that still need healed within us and between us in ways that we couldn't have gotten to without that kind of a disruptive event. It absolutely is what then we change the tide by our response. I want to share with you a video. It's a portion of a video of a group of Christians who were at the basketball court where George Floyd played basketball growing up, an outdoor court in Houston in the 3rd Ward. And it is, they are, let's let them speak for themselves. They're offering a prayer. And I think it's quite powerful. I hope it will move you like it moved me about the ways that we're changing the tide.
Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism, of bigotry, of hate. On behalf of the white race, of the brown race, we stand in solidarity, God. We take a knee and salute to them. We honor them. God, we love them. You love them. Use us to make a difference. Raise up an army, God. An army from your kingdom that would take action, that would get involved, that would become friends, that would become allies, that would become neighbors, that would welcome them in our circles. And I just ask that y'all would forgive us. Forgive us for our sins. Johnny, would you speak and receive our forgiveness? Because we're sorry. If you all receive it, when I count to 3, can you say we receive it? Can we do that? 1, 2, 3. We receive it! Thank you. Thank you.
It makes me weep every time I see it. And because it represents the changing the tide of the way we have been with one another, our defensiveness, our righteousness, our ways of expressing and experiencing separation. We cannot move into a place where we say we are one with Spirit and continue to live separation in the world, to see ourselves as separate from one another. You know, I feel it's such an important time for us to understand. We've been preaching this for a long time here at Unity about our oneness with one another, welcoming everyone with open arms, and yet we also have places where we still somehow we see another and we think their way of being is different or wrong, or it should, you know, we have judgments about one another rather than learning to accept and honor that sacred worth, to recognizing we are one humanity. You know, I love this picture of our family portrait. Our family portrait, one earth, one humanity, one world. We are here meant to experience the power of this time. And to know that as a spiritual being, that begins with where do I cleanse and purify that within me that has continued to buy into any form of separation. We need to own and be responsible for the parts within us where we have carried that forth. If you have anything in you that has carried unforgiveness, you know, one of the things that was up for me this week, I talked about it on one of my 12-12 awareness moments on Facebook, was my videos I do daily, but I really had this whole thing of self-forgiveness come up. I had incidents from clear back in childhood pop into my awareness that still had unforgiveness. They may not even be related to the situation or circumstances that we're finding ourselves in, but my carrying any place of unforgiveness, resentment, separation, belief that somebody done me wrong, victim consciousness, you know, because that means we've got perpetrators and victims. That creates another field of separation. When instead I come to the awareness that every person does the best they know in a given moment. That in that within me that my forgiveness piece was against myself, right? Was self-forgiveness that I needed. That, something I had carried that I had done that I didn't think I handled perfectly in college. You know, I hurt somebody. Bottom line, I hurt somebody, you know, and all of a sudden my soul hurt. It hurt over the fact that I'd hurt that person, but I had to forgive myself. Funny how I carried that since college. You know, we are being invited to let go of the places in us where we've carried any form of unforgiveness against ourselves or against one another. What is it to really allow love to transform the wounds within us, to open up to the spirit of truth that we are one family, we are one unity, we are one spiritual consciousness expressed in much diversity. Thank you, God, for that. Thank you for the beauty and wonder of every sacred experience and sacred being that walks this earth, and those that fly and swim and crawl and slither. We're going to honor them too, right? See, we don't consider one part of Mother Earth, oh, that's important diversity over here, but not over here. It's all important, just as it is with our humanity. But this is a time where we get to ask ourselves some very deep questions. This is an eclipse season. I love eclipses because what they do is they invite us to not just go to the status quo, but to go deeper and to go deeper into our consciousness and uproot those things that need to be uprooted, to take the weeds in our own garden, in our inner garden, out to where we can truly blossom and flower with the magnificence that we're meant to express, with the joy and the love that is our natural way of being. Have you ever watched a couple of children that are young children and they see each other and they're just, that's really the truth of our being, in that kind of delight and that kind of a joy. But changing the tide means I do the deep work. I ask myself the tough questions. I'm willing to take responsibility for the way that I have shown up and the place where I've wanted to hold that anger or that righteousness or that privilege or that supremacy or that sense of I'm better than superiority. There's ways that what we do is we validate our ego by that. But that's not the divine in us that's speaking. See, the divine in us knows a tenderness. It knows a natural joy. It knows an eagerness to get to know one another, to understand and empathize with each other, to feel each other's pain, to feel each other's joy, to know that your joy is my joy, your pain is my pain. I cannot be separate from you. And when I create those places where I create those kinds of ego dances, then I am just perpetuating the problem rather than being part of the solution, part of the oneness. So it is so important for us right now to really come to this place and say, what's mine to do? Am I doing the deep work in myself? Am I holding a higher thought, a higher way of being, a consciousness of love? I said this on a something somewhere one day this week about, is it safe for people to walk through your mind? Wow. We think, it's about our outer actions. Well, it is. But those are born from what we are holding in our consciousness internally. Are we holding a place where we see the highest? We give the best possible experience or expression or the benefit of the doubt to one another? Do you give it to yourself? Do you give yourself the benefit of the doubt? If you could have done better, you woulda. All right? You coulda, you woulda. And so let yourself off the hook. We have a tendency to not forgive ourselves, so then we have a hardened place within our heart, a hardened place that doesn't allow the love to get in and out and flow freely. See, the universe is a creative flow of energy that is love. It is a consciousness of this harmonic of love and light that wants to allow you to freely flow that experience within yourself. The purity of love, the purity of the light that you are, of the divine, infinite universe expressing perfectly as you, imperfectly perfect. And we can know that that doesn't mean that, oh, there's a box that we're all supposed to fit into that means perfect. No, it's unique in each individual and each experience and each expression. But our beginning to honor and celebrate and love that awareness and to notice these subtle ways in which the universe is so magnificent and beautiful, and every being is so magnificent and beautiful. And we begin to then, we're starting to notice not just the blatant ways, but the subtleties. And we begin to start to notice everywhere we walk, everywhere we go, we see beauty, we see magnificence, we see truth. We see the potential of us truly creating a change in the tide of the direction that we're going, of the universe and the world that we're creating here. We are powerful creators. We in Unity, our third spiritual principle is thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Basically, it's thoughts, it's feelings, it's the experience of what do I know within myself. Am I still following the same track that I've carried in myself for a long time? Maybe it's my parents' voice, maybe it's my grandparents, maybe it's my voice with myself, maybe it's someone that hurt me and I hear that voice. What are those tracks that we've stayed on? It's time to silence. We got a new audio mixer recently, and because ours didn't interface with the new digital technology that we're using for all of our Facebook and YouTube live stream. So the old system had to go. Now, there was nothing wrong with that system. That old analog system, we loved it. It served us well for a very, very long time. But it wouldn't interface at this higher frequency in the ways and the maneuvers and the possibilities of the digital world. And so it was time to upgrade our audio mixer to digitally have all kinds of components and possibilities. And you know what happened? Is that when I said, oh, how is it, Mark? You know, he says, oh my gosh, the potential and the possibilities are endless with this thing. You know, all the ways that it can be shifted and changed and bring a different experience out to our viewers and our audiences online. And I think about for ourselves, when we're changing the tide, this isn't just, oh, let's readjust the buttons. It's time to throw that system out, right? We thank it for its beautiful service for all those years. There's nothing wrong with what it was. It's just time for an upgrade. See, it is time for us to upgrade ourselves to be in alignment with the higher octave of that which wants to be developed and created in this world. And to take responsibility for, okay, that means I've got some things to learn. You know, you get a new system. It also has taken a lot of time and energy to learn that system, to play with the different options. And we haven't explored them all yet. Well, you can't because it's just endless. But it's at the same time, each time we're involved in, each time we're growing and learning and changing. See, that's the thing that we're in right now. We are in a new world that is unfolding within us and around us. And we're having to every day, every moment, realign and explore what the possibilities of this new world, this new, whether you people that call it the 5D, whether we say we're in a new dimension, it's a new vibration of light that cannot work with the old systems. All right? And so as a result, there's a conflicting communication across those lines, right? So that system, as it goes, opens the way now for us to open to this higher frequency, this different kinds of communications, ways of being with one another, taking a stand of what's true within me, and then from there we'll be inspired into the action that is ours. But it begins in here. So what I wish for each of you is that you take a look, as we're doing in Unity. As you heard from Jim Blake, you're going to hear in a minute from some of the Unity ministers across the country about how we are responding and what is ours, what is the message within our soul. Invite yourself into the places where maybe you've been carrying on with those old tapes. Maybe you've continued to keep an old system in place that no longer serves you. Where have I not forgiven? Where have I been defensive? Where have I held some kind of energy that would be less than unifying with my family of humanity? This is a time that we are the ones to be part of changing the tide. That doesn't mean just me. It means every single one of us. We carry this in our soul because we've agreed to be here on this planet as light workers. We've agreed to be here as those that are carrying a torch of unity, which represents that unified field of consciousness. And I am grateful to be on the field with those who care, those who are making a difference, who are saying, you matter to me, and are not willing to let go until we know we're reaching into the hearts and souls of every being, and we are transforming this world. It's not a maybe. It's not an if. It is now, and we are the ones. This is the power of our significance and our contribution and our reason for being. And I am honored to be with you as we carry this message forward. Let's hear this other video.
This is an open letter to Black America from Unity Ministers. We love you, and we embrace our responsibility to eradicate racism. It is our divine appointment to stand with you, to see you,
to hear you,
to listen,
to be in conversation with you,
to be with your anger without judgment,
to know your sacred worth,
to acknowledge my privilege,
to take responsibility,
to confront complacency,
to back my words with action, palabras con acción,
to be accountable for effecting change in my community,
to support Black-owned businesses,
to be a bender of the arc of the moral universe that bends toward justice,
to demand the end of police brutality,
to use my voice and my vote to end systemic racism,
to hold you and our country in prayer,
to be a call to action,
to be a voice for justice, to be a voice for unity.
Jamar Clark, Philando Castile, Dries Jensen Reed, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Botham Jean, Trayvon Martin, Ezell Ford, Michael Brown, Michelle Shirley, Riddell Jones, Kenny Watkins, Stephen Clark, Laquan McDonald, Tamir Rice. I missed the last one. We hear those names and we speak those with honor. And we celebrate this time in our changing the tide. God bless you, friends. Have a fabulous, fabulous week. So there are many ways that you can support Unity Bay Area Houston. You can snail mail a check, and we've been getting a lot of those, and we want to thank you for those. You send those to Unity Bay Area Houston, 1911 Highway 3 South, League City, Texas, 77573. We sure thank, and we've been getting prayer requests that way too, so we honor those as well, and those go into our prayer chaplains. We also have the opportunity on our weekly newsletter in our abundance report. There's a link into our website to take you to our donation page, or on our website, you can go to the donate button and go there, and that'll take you where you can give to a particular class, or you can give to the ministry. And we are so blessed for every gift and giver. And we always have the text to give. You put give at 281-595-1648. And so we just want to thank you for helping us sustain and be a presence and a beacon for as we go forward in this ministry. And at this time, I would invite you to take your gifts in your heart, in your hands, whatever way works for you, and let's share together this offering blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we are grateful, grateful, grateful.
stepping out of righteousness, recognizing oneness, no separation of you and I and that or this. We are playing one game, everyone wins the same. I allow all things to exist today. I allow all things to exist in their own way, and I exist in my own way, and I am a powerful creatress living in the matrix, source of all wisdom in this bliss queendom. We will all manifest, we will all rise, raising our consciousness, opening our eyes. We can do anything as long as we try. Whoever said that the limit is the sky? I have a dream and I'm living it every day, learning not to let my fears get in the way. Oh, and I'm reaching in myself, and so I'm smiling what I'm feeling. No, you are God and God is love. When you pray, do you pray to above? When you pray, do you pray below? When you pray, you can pray to yourself, because you know you are so powerful. You are the ones you've been waiting for. You are so powerful, and you are the ones that you've been waiting for. There's more to be aware of, nothing to be scared of. We have a relationship with spirit, guided by the instinct, intuition. Don't think you don't live this life alone. Oh no, we were born into a world that's so blessed. We've got to slow down and not live too fast. We have been given the gift of life, and blessed are these days and sacred are these nights. Oh, and I'm reaching to my soul and finding all the things I thought I knew and know. We are a circle of family, and how long will it take for us to see? And how long will it take for us to be? And what more could we possibly think we need to scream? We are so powerful. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are so powerful, and we are the ones we've been waiting for. Say, I am so powerful, and I am the one that I've been waiting for. I am so powerful, and I am the one that I've been waiting for. I am so powerful. I am the one. Charlotte Sunshine, Mother Medicine, best song ever.
One of my all-time favorites. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you all. Thank you for bringing the power and the presence of your light in your life. You know, let us affirm together this affirmation that our board wrote during these times to really hold us in the consciousness of gratitude. So together, we are grateful for an abundance of resources flowing through our ministry to meet every need and to invest in the highest good for our spiritual community. And we want to honor that every week. We honor usually the children up here, and when we return, we'll be doing that. We'll talk about that in a moment. But we would like to, at this time, give thanks for all of our gifts and all of our prayer requests and share together these affirmations. Thank you, God, for our spiritual community. We rejoice as all our prayers are answered. We celebrate divine abundance as we give and receive in generosity and love. Unity Bay Area Houston is grateful for all our blessings, and we are prosperous. Yes, we are. And we want to send an acknowledgement and remembrance to everyone that on Sundays at 2 p.m., our youth, our of ages 3 to 9 years old, meet just for the fun of it. They have their Sunday school, if you want to call it that, and it's at ubahyouth@gmail.com. Write to Wendy. She'll get you the Zoom link, and they're having some great times on Zoom. Along with our Wednesdays when Unity Teen Connection happens at 4 p.m. And again, that's 10 to 18-year-olds, and you can contact Wendy at ubahyouth@gmail.com. And we want to send a blessing out to every child of the universe, to every being of the universe, to the unity consciousness of which we're all a part. So let's share this together. Unity everywhere. We love you just the way you are in all your magnificence. Yes, indeed. And at this time, we have sent out a survey. If you didn't get it, please let us know. You can email me at itskira@gmail.com, or you can email us back at info@unitybayarea.org. And we have sent that out through our e-newsletter link and would love to have your feedback. This is about our reopening. I know you're all asking, when are we coming back? We are going to come back soon, and we are going to be meeting criteria that are required by the governor and all different things. Ellen, you want to say something about the survey?
Just very quickly, it comes from ellenrogers@gmail.com because I do not have access to that account. So if you look in your spam, look in your inbox, and see if you have something from Ellen Rogers, ELLENROG, Ellen Rog. I said it wrong the first time. Ellen Rog @gmail.com. And if you don't have it, you can email me directly there as well. I also put that message up on the Unity Community Facebook group. So that information is there as well.
So you can find the survey different ways. We thank you that those that have already responded and given us your information about what would make it comfortable for you to return. And we are really looking to make an announcement this week about when we'll return. So look for that announcement coming out this week about when we'll be coming back into services and what way we can do that. The criteria that the governor still has in place at this time are at 25% capacity. They've gone to 50% for restaurants and other things, but they did not change that for churches yet. And so for you to know, we're going to be having to look at what does that look like and how do we manage that in a way that creates safety for all of our congregants and one another, and yet allows us to begin this returning process. We're so looking forward to being with you in person. That'll make me cry just thinking about that. And in the meantime, let us sing our way out with our favorite, I Release and I Let Go.
Ricky Byer back with number 1. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Woo! Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed week. See you in any number of ways. Thank you.
Protection?
Prayer for protection. You're already all protected, yes, but we'll pray this anyway. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Absolutely. God bless you all. We have a connection Zoom at noon, and you should have gotten that link in your e-newsletter. So come join us there. See you soon. Love you.